Forgot how ridiculous this looks. Hey, me and Matt here. This is Killer Kyle. Happy Halloween!
Yeah.
And what better way to celebrate this blessed holiday than to go back to where we all started in this tradition. Another Halloween Havoc.
Yes, sir. We are going to be talking about Halloween Havoc 2000.
Yep.
And, of course, this was just before the end of WCW's reign. It went out of business, you can say, the following year in 2001. And, yeah. This was the time where you could tell WCW, like, they didn't give a fuck anymore.
No.
Some of the matches were okay, but, like, some of the matches were terrible, or had stupid gimmicks that made absolutely no fucking sense. And, like, once WWE took back over the ratings, and the ratings were WCW, like, WCW is still massive shit down the toilet. Like, I would say 98 till, like, the last show that they had in Panama City, like, things were just Dios mío.
If you thought our Halloween Havoc 1998 review was bad, oh shit.
Hey, you're about to get crazier.
Oh. And again, it's a wonder why I didn't watch the product. I mean, when you look at what happened in 1991 all throughout the decade, I feel like what's good?
Oh, brother, you have no fucking idea.
Yeah, I know. I understand. There were some good parts. There were some really good parts to WCW. But, like,
how can you judge a company based off of their last, like, 4 to 5 years? Even 3 to 4 years.
True.
Like, you know, I said 98 to 2000, maybe 90, like, yeah, the last 2 or 3 years of WCW, right before WCW went out of business, was shit.
True.
But you look at back in the times of, like, okay, you look at during the whole Monday Night War thing, and even prior to that, WCW was actually really, really good.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, they beat WWF in the ratings at one point. Well, right up until Shivani fucked it over. But
like, that wasn't Shivani's fault, though.
No.
In my, like, he was just doing what he was told.
yeah,
It was Bischoff's idea, like, hey, you know, WWE is, well, pre-taped at the time. Let's give away their results, and they did. And on that particular night, you know, Mick Foley was going to win the world title as Mankind, and, you know, Tony Schiavone on the air was like, hey, you remember Mick Foley? Yeah, the guy that used to work here as Cactus Jack, yeah, he's due to win the world title over in the company. That'll put punches. He's boy, the fuck did it ever?
Oh yeah.
It was almost as if people watching WCW heard that and were like, wait, Mick Foley's gonna, what type of click?
Yeah. No, it's not delayed the inevitable.
Right.
Halloween Hell. Oh, fuck.
Halloween.
Halloween Havoc 2000.
You could literally say Halloween Hell.
Yeah, exactly. Halloween Hell. Anyways, here we go.
And it seems fitting that we're doing this, like, not only on Halloween, but literally just having done or watched this year's Halloween Havoc.
Yeah, that's right. It was better than this shit, I will say that. Anyways. So we start off with a three-way dance for the WCW Tag Team titles. We have Natural Born Thrillers, Mark Jindrak and Sean O'Hare.
Right.
Interesting tag team.
Uh-huh.
They defeated the Filthy Animals, Billy Kidman, and Rey Mysterio. Which, were they a heel tag team?
I don't remember. Because, well, the Filthy Animals were Billy Kidman, Rey Mysterio, Conan, and I think Eddie Guerrero.
Yes. So yeah, Conan was in their corner. And also you got Boogie Nights.
Yeah, Disco Inferno and Alex Wright.
Yeah, this was actually, you know what? Out of all these matches, this one I thought was very good.
Yeah, this match wasn't too bad.
But I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's all I can say.
Yeah,
exactly. Ray coming out, he had the devil horn headband or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But Natural Born Thrillers retained the titles.
Right.
Not quite sure how long they held them for. Then you have Mark Jindrak. Actually, when WCW closed, those two guys went over to WWE. They had, well, Mark Jindrak for a while, and then Sean O'Hare, which, unfortunately, that should have worked, but it didn't.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, went downhill for him, but
yeah.
Yeah.
Then you had a match for the hardcore title. Yes, WCW did have a hardcore title. Yeah, Reno taking on Sergeant AWOL.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of tables in this match.
Yeah, really. A lot of tables, some trash cans, I think some kendo sticks used.
Yep.
Now, okay, we're talking about the Filthy Animals, you know, Kidman, Mysterio, Eddie, Conan. And then you go into the Misfits in Action was, of course, Sergeant AWOL. We had Lieutenant Loco, Corporal Cajun, and I can't remember his name. I also had Hugh Morris.
Oh, huge erection. Why? There was one point where I believe, was it Sergeant AWOL that put himself through a table?
I think he may have got flapjacks through the table by Reno.
Oh.
Or he went for like a shoulder tackle, put himself through the table or something, who knows.
But, I mean, it was your standard hardcore match. But it's really cool to see, you know, WWF had a hardcore title. WCW had a hardcore title. Obviously, ECW.
Yeah.
Not sure how many other companies, but yeah, Reno retained the belt.
Yep.
Again, haven't heard these guys since.
Yeah, exactly.
So we have this match, another tag team match, Misfits in Action, which was Lieutenant Loco and Corporal Cajun, who defeated the Perfect Event, Sean Stasiak and Chef Palumbo. course, Sean is second generation wrestler.
Yes.
Stan Stasiak,
Uh-huh.
Chuck Palumbo. Honestly, I wish he would still wrestle today, but according to Billy Gunn, doesn't seem to want to do that anymore. But you look at this guy's career, he's like, holy shit. He could have easily, if he stayed in WWE, he could have easily become the Intercontinental or the WWE champion. But
Yeah.
he had left. But this was a good team.
Yeah. The interesting thing to me about this was, okay, yeah, you have Sean Stasiak partner with Chuck Palumbo here. It was during the invasion angle in WWE, and even prior to this, Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare were a tag team.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, I don't know how I remember that, but he honestly thought that the perfect event was gonna win, but yeah, Misfits in Action won.
What a name for a team, the perfect event.
Oh yeah. I mean, these two are big beefy boys.
Oh yeah, well so was O'Hare and Ginger.
Fuck yeah. It's just a shame that, once again, it's all about mental health.
Yeah.
With Sean O'Hare, and we'll be talking about Mike Awesome in a minute,
Yeah.
and how downhill they had gone
Yeah.
to the point where they're no longer with us.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Now we have an intergender tag match. We got Conan and Tigress
Yeah.
of the Filthy Animals taking on Shane Douglas and Tori Wilson.
Yes, Tori Wilson dressed up as Wonder Woman, I believe. And yeah, you know what? This was a good match too. I thought that maybe Shane and Tori would win.
Right, yeah.
This one went to, again, the Filthy Animals.
Right, yeah.
And again, it was cool to see Conan at the Hall of Fame a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He still looks good.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You had Ray at the Hall of Fame. Of course, Eddie. So, I mean, yeah, I think the Filthy Animals, if, they could still, if a lot of them can still go, obviously, we don't have Eddie anymore, but
Right.
if they reunited in WWE at some point.
Yeah.
But, and Tigress, I don't really know too much about.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an okay match.
Huh.
You could talk about this one.
So this is where things kind of started to go a little wonky. Well, not a little. This is where things started to go wonky. You got Buff Bagwell taking on David Flair in a First Blood DNA match. What the fuck that means? No clue. I mean, okay, First Blood match usually means the first person to make their opponent bleed wins. DNA? Or do they just throw that in there just for the hell of it?
I feel like, and I mentioned that in a recent video that I did, I feel terrible for Stacy Keibler and the fucking positions that they put her in. No pun intended.
Ew.
Like, she gets kayfabe married, or not kayfabe, whatever. She gets married to David Flair.
Yeah.
They have this whole bullshit storyline. And now they're having this. Like, this is kind of like, I don't know. Well, I can have a guess, bro. But this was just the shits. I mean, it was an okay match. But really, a DNA match? I don't understand where your head's at, but
Seriously.
Buff Bagwell won.
Yeah.
And then we have a kickboxing match.
Uh-huh.
Mike Sanders with Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo defeating the Cat Ernest Miller.
Wow, terrible.
Yeah. I guess I owe Brawl for All an apology. But again, it's taking another sport and then putting this into another sport. And I don't understand why nobody had a clue that it wasn't going to work. And it could have worked. But shit. And I mean, poor Ernest.
Yeah, exactly.
But
We got Mike Awesome taking on Vampiro.
yep. And this is kind of like, I think all through the match, Vampiro was looking for something under the ring. Like, that was the majority of the match, I guess.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any goddamn sense. However, and this is also when Mike Awesome had that 70s guy gimmick.
Yeah.
You know, I feel bad because here's a guy that came from ECW
Yes.
and goes to WCW, and how many gimmicks did he have?
2 or 3, I think, maybe more.
About.
Yeah, that. I mean, he was doing pretty well in WCW. I don't know why they gave him that 70s guy gimmick. It made no sense.
Well, I mean, at the time, that 70s show was popular, but still, it was like, couldn't you just stick to one fucking gimmick?
I know, right?
He's Mike Awesome. Like, come on, you know?
Exactly.
A guy that was a legend in ECW, basically, and he gave him this shit.
Yeah. Probably his. Like, he might get a lot of really good rivalries in ECW.
Yeah.
Probably his most famous one, and the one that seemed to go the longest, was him and Masato Tanaka.
Yes.
Speaking of Masato Tanaka, I just recently seen a match he had. I don't remember when it was against. But I can't even remember who he wrestled with. Like, holy shit, Tanaka's still going.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a very good feud.
Yeah.
So we have a handicap match, the United States title. General Huge Erection, who defeated Lance Storm.
No, it was Journal Erection and Lance Storm taking on Who? Actually, that's a good.
Yeah. With major guns.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was the shits.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when you look at, again, we go to the WWF, you know, like, they did it better. You know, the Patriot and then Bret Hart with the whole Canadian-American thing.
Right.
You got Hugh Morris with the Old Glory flag, and then, of course, Lance Storm with the Maple Leaf. Now, for some reason, and I think Jim was also a part of Team Canada and TNA, I'm not sure.
I think we know it's Team Canada on WCW.
No, just WCW.
Yeah, I don't think it was ECW. Or, yeah.
I mean, where he was from, I'm pretty sure it was close to the Niagara Falls, Ontario border.
Well, I mean, he was from Glens Falls, New York, so
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that was somewhere close to the Canadian border, yeah.
But and yeah, and once again, this was an okay match. I can't say that without a fucking straight face.
Can't say it with a straight face, yeah, exactly.
Uh, General Erection won, and I'm pretty sure Hugh Morris drank himself to death. So anyway, yeah, this again, immaturity at its best, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm one to talk, but yeah. And again, I think Lance Storm is one of the best technical wrestlers there is out there.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a school. And Jim Duggan, I don't know if he still wrestles. I know that he makes appearances.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he might wrestle like once in a while, but like I'm sure he probably does, you know, the wrestle cons and like the conventions
yeah.
and like do do autograph signings and whatnot.
Yeah.
We had Jeff Jarrett taking on Sting, and you had like 10 different people come out, like dressed like different, like Sting, like dressed up like Sting throughout the years, essentially.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I will say it was inventive. I think Sting's kids dressing up as the NWO and the old school Sting from Revolution, I think,
Yeah,
was good. But much better than this shit.
yeah,
Because Sting could have won. Yet, Jeff Jarrett has the guitar, hits Sting over the head. You got the Sting, a lot of these things from the audience, and then like my head's gonna explode in a minute, but like the Sting that comes up from under the ring. And that's what distracts him?
well, yeah. Sting's got Jarrett in the Scorpion Deathlock. You see a Sting come up from under the ring, grab real Sting, pull him down through the canvas, and then you see both of them pop up. The other dude's a bloody mess. Takes him and throws him out of the ring, and then, yeah.
I mean, I understand now why people hated Jeff Jarrett back then,
Yeah.
but I kind of like to think it wasn't his fault
No.
most of the time, so, they gave him chicken shit, so, and he obviously couldn't make chicken salad, I don't know.
Without he did the best he could with what he had to work with.
Right, yeah.
Although this, as bad as this is, in my opinion, it's not nearly as bad as the time he laid down Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was terrible. Anyways.
And we had, for the World Heavyweight Championship, Booker T taking on Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner.
With
Med, Medaja?
yeah, we'll go with that.
Sure.
Yeah, let's downplay the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, exactly.
Motherfucker. And again, Booker T pulled it off with the axe kick, and he did. Well, he almost won.
Yeah.
Of course, Scott throws a shit fit,
Yeah.
grabs a baseball bat or whatever, starts beating up referees.
Starts beating up referees, security,
Yep.
just beating the shit out of everybody.
I just don't fucking get it. Like, was this a shoot? Was this... Yeah, well, I mean, Booker T won by disqualification.
Yeah.
Still holding on to the belt for a few more months. Till the fucking company went tits up in the following year.
Yeah.
So. And we have the main event. A handicap elimination match. Goldberg versus the Bryans Chronic.
Yeah. Or Adam Bomb and Crush.
Exactly.
And if Goldberg were to lose, you would have to leave WCW.
Gee, I wonder what happened.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't wanna. I fucking don't understand this at all. I don't know how the storyline happened,
Yeah.
so I don't know why this fucking happened. Because we all know Goldberg was undefeated in WCW,
Yeah.
and then they book him in this. And look, I think Brian Adams and Brian Clark were very good wrestlers. And shit, I wish they would have stayed in WWF when they showed up.
Yeah.
But they shit the bed, they left, and it was like, okay. You know, yeah, I know Crush and Adam Bomb were great, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Greats being generous, but
Good enough.
yeah. So yeah, honestly, I could say this was a squash.
Yeah, basically.
Fuck. And again, nothing to take away from Goldberg. Once again, like Jeff Jarrett, the latter part of 2000, 2001 was the shits,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep.
I don't get it. Like, that to me is not how you start a company or keep a company or whatever. It's doomed to fail. And the writing was on the wall.
Not only that, but like you take into consideration the fact too that like Ted Turner basically wanted nothing to do with WCW anymore. They tried to get somebody else to put in or put stock in the company. They had tried with AOL. That kind of worked, but then that also eventually fell through. And then somebody else bought the company, but they had no interest in wrestling. They didn't like wrestling, whatever. And so they folded the company.
Yeah. To be fair, though, I know that Eric is remorseful with a lot of things that had happened.
Yeah.
You know, he is aware that he made a lot of bad decisions. Russo still has his head up his ass.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it boggles my mind how a company can just fucking fail.
Yeah.
And again, I know that I said WCW should have been, I guess, rebranded in WWE instead of ECW.
Right, yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. But once again, Booker T and Buff Bagwell shit the bed with their match, and that's why that didn't work.
Pretty much.
But this is, yeah. Bing! Cool. Well, this has been another episode of Wheels of Fury,
Yeah.
and I apologize if we just ruined your lives.
Just for the last 31 minutes.
Yeah.
Almost 32.
But yeah, we obviously haven't done a WCW Halloween Havoc video in a hot minute, so
Yeah, exactly.
and then yeah, so the next time we're back at I believe it's Genesis.
Well, we're gonna do a live reaction, live play-by-play, whatever you want to call it,
Oh yeah.
for
Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel on Saturday, and then I think the next one after that is Genesis.
Yeah.
Because Full Gear's the 23rd, and then Survivor Series is the 20th, and it's 30th. And I believe Genesis is after Crown Jewel. Yeah, the month of November is pretty close to, what was it, the end of August, into September?
Yeah.
Or the end of July. Anyways, we had like All Out, All In, Victory Road, and all that other stuff in there.
Yeah. So it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
So, for Killer Kyle, this is me and Matt. And have a safe and happy Halloween.
Yeah.
Deuces.